People would forget that Jennifer Lopez had a gun in her purse if she married an Oscar-winning white boy. The night Natanya was shot, she had gunshot powder on her hands. We don't know if that bullet came from the gun she was holding or from something she said to that woman to make her better. She had never given anything to her family. Or for the hospital bills she still has to pay. Say something to defend her so Puffy doesn't try to trick her and put hits out on her because he's afraid that one day they'll open the case and she'll still have bullet pieces in her face like Jay. Lois said, "Nothing. I'm outside." Yes, you are outside. They're not like us. Recent changes in Diddy's legal problems have made their friendship with Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck even more difficult than it was before. There were rumors that Affleck testified against Diddy in connection with serious accusations, some of which were about Diddy's past problems. According to reports, this statement made things even more difficult between Lopez and Affleck, whose relationship was already under scrutiny because Lopez used to be with Diddy. Every guy J-Lo has been with except Diddy has said the same thing about her. Diddy is the only one who says she was a great girlfriend and that he wishes he hadn't messed things up. Why was that guy the only one in her life who felt bad about being with her while everyone else ran away? It's not like no one is noticing that. That everyone who left her said, "Oh, she was to this, she was that." Diddy says she was great though. She might have been meant for the metal. If you're only good for the devil, what will happen? God damn. Who the hell do you think that makes you? Jaguar Wright, who is known for saying harsh things about people in the entertainment business, has also weighed in, saying that Jennifer Lopez may be trying to protect Diddy from legal trouble. Wright asked whether Lopez's marriage to Affleck was an attempt to separate herself from Diddy's growing problems. Lopez has not publicly responded to Wright's claims, which have sparked a lot of interest from the public. When she is finally held responsible for the damage she caused to Natanya Rubin's life, do you think Jennifer Lopez will be charged? They're better. She lied under oath. And the lawyer who was working for the defense in that case lied on the stand. I checked last time. There are now a lot of theories about how Jennifer Lopez's job is connected to Diddy's problems. Due to their past relationship, Lopez has been in the news again because of Diddy's court problems. Lopez stopped being close to Diddy a long time ago, but their past together, especially the famous nightclub shooting in 1999, still bothers her image in public. Since Diddy was arrested, the case has come up again, leading many to look again at Lopez's possible role or knowledge of what happened. Jen from the block, this is J-Lo. I'm not sure where the nickname came from, but it might have something to do with that club fight between P. Diddy and Shine in the late 1990s, in which someone got hit in the face. But my girl about how J-Lo tries to stay away from things like that, and how Benny Medina took her away from P. Diddy and put her with someone else. People would forget that Jennifer Lopez had a gun in her purse if she married an Oscar-winning white boy. The night Natanya was shot, she had gunshot powder on her hands. That club. That bullet might have come from the gun she was holding. No time has she spoken up for that woman to make things better. Never has she given money to her family or paid for her medical bills, or she hasn't said anything in her defense to stop Puffy from trying to trick her and put hits out on her because he was afraid that one day they would open the case and she would still have bullet holes in her face like Jay. Louis didn't say anything. Wright's idea says Lopez may have thought that marrying Affleck would help her get away from the problems with Diddy. She did say, though, that this plan might not work because Diddy is facing serious charges and probes are still going on. Wright's words point to a bigger question. Can Lopez separate herself from Diddy's influence and keep up her public image in the midst of all the chaos? Going to save you from the Diddy fall? Have you thought about it? Do you agree with Jaguar? Hey, it's your boy Brian. Thanks a lot. Lopez and Diddy were both briefly jailed for the 1999 bar shooting. This case has come up again because Diddy is having legal problems right now. Lopez wasn't charged with anything at the time, but her latest arrest has made people think about her involvement again. According to some sources, this event could be looked into more in relation to both Diddy and Lopez. This is especially true since Diddy's legal problems are getting worse. Jaguar Wright told us that J-Lo and Diddy are going to be looked into together. Wright said that both Diddy and J-Lo will be looked into for the shooting in a bar in 1999, in which the victim said Diddy hit her in the face. Law & Order SUV star Jaguar Wright said that an episode showed the truth about what happened that night at the club, who was involved, and how a rapper was made to take the blame when it wasn't really him. He also said that they tried to keep this woman from having to testify. She said that this episode showed what really happened that night, but Law & Order SUV took it down and scrubbed it. I did some research and learned that Diddy's role in the shooting probe led to a Law and Order episode called Three Dog Night, which aired in season 12, episode 9. Then I did some study because I was interested and wanted to watch this episode. I found that I could watch the Three Dogs Night episode on Peacock. You can see that this is episode 9 of 12 and that it's called Gray. That was really strange, because why were they so set on taking this episode off the air? This is not the episode called Three Dogs Night. Jaguar Wright said that in this episode of Law and Order's VU, J-Lo was shown to be a true partner and she was involved in these crimes. I looked into this a bit because I thought it was really strange, and it turned out that this happened back in the case of Puffy. Jaguar Wright also said that in this episode, the woman who was meant to be J-Lo was hidden so that she wouldn't have to witness. I also found another story, which you can see here. Lopez is not going to testify in Combs' gun trial. Jennifer Lopez has said that she will not testify against her ex-boyfriend and rap mogul Sean Puffy Combs in the guns trial. As things get worse, some people think Lopez is working behind the scenes to keep her public image safe. Over the years, Lopez has been careful to stay away from Diddy, but there are still questions about whether she is still legally connected to him. Lopez cares a lot about how people see her, and some think that her quiet on Diddy's arrest is an attempt to avoid being linked to something bad. We are still in court over the Diddy case, and I find this crap. You know what this is about if you were born in the 1990s. In the New York City bar, Mr. Combs said that he was in charge of the PI with rapper Shine. Yes, Sean. He said that Jennifer Lopez Jr., an actress and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, took the pot into the club for him and gave it to him after he got into a fight with someone else. The hell with this makes me angry. Mr. Combs has made it clear over and over that he has a lot of power in the music business and with the police. It was made clear by Mr. Combs that Fahim Mahab, who is in charge of security and is known as Mr. Mahab, can get rid of people and problems. We all know that Shine was 21 years old when he was found guilty of murder, assault, and careless endangerment. He was given a 10-year prison sentence. The answer is 10 years. Diddy, on the other hand, had his charges dropped after being shot. Sean was kicked off of Diddy's Bad Boy Records in 2003, and a year later he said Diddy had failed him in public. We all know that this comes from Vibe magazine. Sean did a lot of talks after he got out of jail. He also talked to Noriega about Drink Champs. And the famous killing at a New York City nightclub in 1990 was what everyone wanted to talk about. During the trial involving him and Did Now, the rapper turned politician has spoken out against Diddy, his former CEO, and how he got away with avoiding jail time while Shine did a bid for 10 years for his role in the POW. However, he has since changed his mind and said, "I don't really blame him now as much as I did then." Shine explained to Nori and DJ NENFEFN, "I'm sorry because there was a time when I was angry." Lopez's connection with Diddy from 1999 to 2001 has been looked at a lot, especially since the shooting at the nightclub. Even though years have passed, people are still interested in this part of her life, especially now that Diddy's court problems are getting worse. Many people are wondering why Lopez hasn't talked about Diddy's arrest in public, since their relationship is important to history and new information could come out in the current investigations. We have a lot of ideas for Nouveau Fuse and what we're going to do. It's going to be fun. Did Puff call you to congratulate you? Or did he call you and say, bitch? He did tell me, he did email me and say, good job. He did for sure. Yes. Okay, that's fine. I know he was in the running too. I didn't find out about his bid until almost the end. That's something I didn't know they were doing. And I felt like, what does he want to do? It was like all of a sudden he's just my friend. Yes, yes, yes. That's not something I want my friend to do. We did get it in the end though, and I was very happy about it. Excellent work, man. That's great. Why did Ben Affleck decide to witness against Diddy? It has caused more problems in his marriage to Lopez. Sources say that Affleck may have become involved in the case because he was worried about Lopez's ties to Diddy's legal problems. Many people think that Affleck was already uncomfortable with Lopez's past relationship with Diddy, and the new accusations were too much for him to take. This discomfort may have had something to do with the rumors that they were splitting up. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are splitting up for good. We had heard rumors that it was going to happen, but now it's real. J-Lo filed, and they don't have a prenup. She also filed on her own, without an agent. It says that the split will happen on April 26th. We already know that they got married in Vegas, but they also had a wedding in Georgia, and today is the anniversary of that wedding. In a way, she filed on her second anniversary. Probably on plan, you understand what I mean? I think this was planned ahead of time and everyone knew what was going to happen. I don't think it will come as a surprise to him. If she filed without a lawyer, I think they already talked about what would happen and will divide whatever they want to divide. Most likely there's not much to split up, right? Their house was already sold. It makes me sad. That event 2 years ago was really exciting. I thought, oh no, they're back together. I'm just sad though. I hope they're both pleased. I hope everyone is okay. He was taking his daughter to college. He looked happy there and she's been having a good time. I believe everyone is pleased. It seems like a good idea. It's for the best. I just had a second to think about it though. They are supposedly releasing a movie soon, and when it does, that press tour will be another crazy one. People might see Affleck's testimony as a big turning point in his friendship with Lopez. There was a Ben, there was the before Ben, and there is now Ben. We have a soundbite from your 2002 record from the early days of Ben. You're talking about how you feel about him. Let's quickly look at that. Oh no. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you have a partner. Someone who is there for you, loves you, and is your best friend. There's been no change. Isn't that true? Now I say the same thing. But now you feel that way about him. Sure. There have been rumors that they are having a hard time being apart. He was seen in a picture without his wedding band on, but since then they've been seen together. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. In case they split up. In that case, they were not doing well. She also liked a weird thing on Instagram. It felt like carousel? Yes. What you want in a partner or something like that. Okay, so that's just a story. Not at all like a random Instagram account. She's putting it off until later. She says, you have to read this. It was like your partner doesn't like spending time with you. It seemed like that was everything. She liked it too. It made me wonder what Sheila was up to. She might need to calm down and go back to her store to reconnect with her roots. Both have stayed pretty much the same, while they haven't said much about why they broke up. It's been said that Diddy's arrest and the return of old scandals caused a lot of stress between them. Ben Affleck, who is 51 years old, is ready to end his 2-year marriage. He even says that the choice to get married was made because he was temporarily crazy. A source says the star has come to his senses after being deeply in love with 54-year-old Lopez. He has been seen spending quality time alone with her recently, and he now thinks his mind is clear and he can move on. Say, he would get a divorce on the grounds of temporary insanity if there was a way to do it. Put an end to the quote. He feels like the last 2 years was just a fever dream, the Page 6 source said. He's come to his senses and knows there is no way this is going to work. Put an end to the quote. Jennifer Garner to keep Ben from going back to using drugs. Lopez may be trying to keep the story under control by separating herself from both Affleck and Diddy at the same time. The war of lies has begun. Friends of Jennifer Lopez say singer tried to save their broken relationship, but Ben Affleck has a bad side. Ben Affleck, has he ever been rude? Of course. But let's look at what's happening now. Page 6 says that he was seen at the Polo Lounge with Kit Kennedy, the 36-year-old daughter of lost presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Jennifer doesn't believe in the kind of big love that Ben has. Ben has a sadness that can't be fixed. Jennifer Garner, who used to be his wife, couldn't fix it. Then they bring up this old quote from Jennifer Garner. You can feel the sun on your skin. It's cold when the sun is shining somewhere else. He can make a big shadow. It was J.Lo who filed for irreconcilable differences. If Ben lied, everyone will find out, and that guy should be sent to jail. But I think she's trying to control the story and make Ben look bad. I don't believe she's ready to own up to showing those love letters yet. She messed it up really badly. What do you think will happen to the music business now that Diddy is being charged? Are you sure that Diddy is guilty, Jennifer? We know that Cassie has something to do with the federal case, but what about the other women? Could they be connected to the federal case in some way? For more fuel on the fire, former Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight recently stoked public rumors about Lopez and Diddy's past, implying that Lopez's present problems have something to do with her relationship with Diddy in the past. Knight's words have made people even more interested in the investigation and whether Lopez could be linked to it or get into legal trouble because of it. Suge Knight, a former record executive, said that Lopez's appearance on tapes that the FBI took during a raid on Sean Diddy Combs' homes may have caused Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck to split up. Knight thinks that the FBI may have given Ben Affleck tapes from the raid that showed J.Lo doing bad things. Reports say that Jennifer Lopez and her management team were on high alert and having crisis talks to plan what to do if she gets involved in the ongoing criminal investigations involving her ex, Sean David Combs. More than 100 people have come forward with accusations against Diddy, which paints a dark picture of how he behaved during the height of his success. With these new details, Affleck's choice to speak may seem even more important. We will bring to light the people who allowed this behavior to happen behind closed doors. We will look into this case no matter who the information points the finger at. The brave people who have come forward deserve the best. The biggest entertainment business secret, which wasn't really a secret at all, has now been made public. Now that the wall of silence is down, victims are speaking out. The number of people who have contacted our team saying they were hurt by Sean Combs has now reached 3,285. We now have 120 clients who want to file civil claims against Sean Diddy Combs in civil court. These clients have also asked us to file claims against many other people and businesses. Many people are waiting for Lopez to talk about these claims and how she might be connected to them. Her decision to stay silent is interesting. There are big new claims today that music mogul Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted and exploited women. We are now hearing for the first time from victims who say the music star abused them when they were children. The youngest is said to be only 9 years old. The claims were made public today by lawyers for more than 100 claimed victims who are getting ready to sue. Let's now bring in Chloe Mullos, who works as an entertainment reporter for NBC News. Chloe, we know that a press meeting is going on right now. We do have a live picture of that. Could you please go over these new claims? Lopez is thought to be trying to keep her life and public image under control, even though things are going crazy around her. The media has been very interested in Lopez's relationship with Affleck, and some think she is trying to show herself as a strong, independent woman who is in charge of her own story. But since Affleck is testifying and Diddy was arrested, this may be harder than she thought. Because of Diddy, they are getting blasted and called out everywhere. You guys already know that they used to date a very long time ago. There was also trouble for J.Lo because of something that happened with Diddy. You guys understand what I mean. I'm sure of it. This new video is going around, so take a look. $10 says Ben Affleck knew this was going to happen and that J.Lo and the others were going to be charged. He told her, "I'm not going to forgive you for what you did in the 1990s. Yes, this is being talked about." And what she's basically saying is that she thinks Ben Affleck split J.Lo because of her relationship with Diddy. Ben knew all of this was going to happen, so he told her, "Yo, I'm not going to marry a woman who has anything to do with this, so peace out." That is what she says. There are still rumors going around that Affleck's discomfort with Lopez's past relationship with Diddy played a part in their breakup. Whether this is true or not, the fact that they broke up during Diddy's arrest makes me wonder how much these problems affected their relationship. Did Lopez's relationship with Diddy make Affleck feel bad? And how will Lopez get through this rough patch as more information about Diddy's court problems comes to light? Because these claims were coming out, Ben Affleck just recently got out of jail. And isn't there even some proof or worry that Pastor T.D. Jakes, I'll be right there, D.I., said, "I'm not going down this long list by myself." Because Cat Williams, a comedian who has been well known in the black community for a long time, went on a show a while back and basically just repeated all this information that was so true. He told all of them, "You have God on one side and the other side." He also said the other side. All of them will happen in 2024, and he said that he was offered $50 million for each one to attend these Diddy parties in order to be sexualized. He always turned it down because he wanted to help his business and take it to the next level. When Jennifer Lopez's mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, went on the Wendy Williams show in 2015, she made it clear that she didn't like her daughter's relationship with Diddy. Wendy Williams joked that Lopez and Diddy might get back together, and Guadalupe's response was quick and direct. I guess J.Lo's mom really did know what was best. News has come out that J.Lo's mom never liked the idea of her dating Puffy. Someone said that J.Lo was on Wendy Williams' show one time, and her mom was there. Wendy asked J.Lo about it. She asked her if they could ever get back together, and you can see J.Lo looking at her mom, who is clearly not happy about it. They talk about how, "I told you he's done, he's out." Also, it looks like this one officer. As she sat in the crowd, she made a rude hand motion and seemed to say, "It's done," which was her way of saying she didn't want her daughter to get involved with Diddy again. Lopez herself said this was true, jokingly adding, "No Puffy," which was Diddy's old stage name. What should the business world do about famous people who are accused of major crimes like these? Derek Parker remembers the time when J.Lo's mom, Guadalupe, went to the police station to look for her daughter. Parker heard her mom yelling at Jennifer in Spanish, and she was very mad. Jennifer heard her mom say, "I told you not to get involved with Lopez," was let go from prison after being locked up for 14 hours because she and Puffy were at a club at that time. Those were fired, the couple ran away, the police chased them and sued. which led to the arrest of those two. When J-Lo talked about her ex-boyfriend Puff, she said, "I was in a relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, going nuts. It really turned my life upside down. Even though I never caught him, I knew that he would say he was going to a club for a few hours and then not come back that night." That's all for this video today. Wait until the next time.